Hello, I'm Hal Ruth, and I'm the President and Chief Strategist at Equalizer 9, and today is your Equalizer 9 Tip of the Week. I'm joined today by Belle, and she is my 2-year-old Newfoundland, which means she has had over 700 straight bad hair days, but she's with me today because we're going to talk about big dog business developers. Everybody wants one, but most don't have them, and we're going to talk about the attributes and characteristics if you're looking for one, what that looks like, and we're also going to talk about the activities of a big dog business developer versus one that is a little dog. And so I'm going to go now over to the board to talk about it. Belle is anxiously wanting to get away from here, and so stay with me. I'll be right back. Good girl. So let's talk about the big dog business developer. And first of all, let's talk about the characteristics. So if you're looking to hire this big dog business developer, let me tell you what you need to be looking for. First attribute, super competitive, hyper competitive. You're looking for people that don't love to win, because we all love to win. Who doesn't like to win? We're looking for people who hate to lose, that really sort of kind of take it personal. Now you think, I don't want people to take it personal. Yes, you do. You want people who take it personal, but they don't react in a negative way to the clients. Rather, they take it personal. It hurts, and so they find ways in order to never make those mistakes again, or to change their offering so they win next time. So one, looking for people super competitive. It is the #1 factor. The next thing, and it sort of relates to it, is high sense of urgency. We want people that react to opportunities quickly. When they hear of something, they take action rather than sitting on it for 2 or 3 weeks. I've had business developers do that. Anyone who sits on things for a long time will never be a good business developer. Number 3, we need people with entrepreneurial or strategic type personality. They understand strategy, they like strategy, they're very entrepreneurial. By the way, you can test for that, and I can talk to you about that if you want to know how you do that. We're looking for people who are chameleons. What I mean by that is they are just as comfortable in a duck blind, in mud up to their knees, as they are in a tuxedo, black tie affair. They're just as comfortable in either. The 5th one is executive presence. And executive presence is sort of hard to explain, but what I think it really means is, and I've seen it, people who have it are the best business developers, and those who don't have it are not. But executive presence, if I described it, are people who are able to go into a boardroom setting. They could go into a boardroom with a bunch of CEOs and carry on a conversation and be comfortable. They may still be nervous, but they'll be comfortable and they can be accepted. And I think it has a lot to do with people who are secure and comfortable in their own skin. They're confident but not cocky. So executive presence, number 5. Number 6, likability. They have to be likable. They have to be people that you just want to hang around. Now notice I did not say the backslappers or the glad handers. I'm talking about people who are sincere and are genuine and are likable. So those are the 6. Super competitive, high sense of urgency, entrepreneurial or strategic, chameleons, they have executive presence, and they're very likable. Now there are other things you might want to look for, but those are my 6. Now let's talk about what a big dog business developer does versus what others do. And so what I'm going to do, I have this thing I've developed called the Business Developer Continuum. And I divide business developers into 3 categories. There's the networker, the relationship builder, and the strategist. The strategist is the big dog. That's what you want. That's what you want to get to. Now, he's expensive to go out and hire, and he's very rare. He or she is very rare. But you can develop he or she. You can move down the continuum. Some people can move and some not. The ones who don't have those 5 characteristics I talked about are unable to move, or they'll hit a certain point and they can't move further. To get over here, you have to have 6 of those attributes I explained. Well, let's talk about the difference, and maybe you can identify where you are or where your business developer is. So the networker, what the networker does is they're all about being seen and heard. They're about brand exposure. They do identify opportunities. But that's about as far as they go. Their state of action, they're very reactive. They're just finding out about things sort of after the fact a lot of times. not being very proactive. Characterized by their donut delivers, the life of the party, and the backslappers. That's who they are, the glad handers maybe. And then the vision is very little. I say play bingo. It means that they're reactive. Is like B23. Oh, B23. All right. And that's the game they play. It's all reactive. The relationship builder, though, has moved a little further. They're doing these things. They're still being seen and heard, brand exposure, IDing opportunities, but they're taking it further. They are working relationships one-on-one with clients and with the influencers in the marketplace. They are doing serious client data mining, finding out what makes the client tick, pet peeves, pain points, what is success to them, what are they trying to accomplish, their purposes. They're doing a good job of client data mining. They create coaches within organizations. They're able to be able to latch on to one member of the decision team and create an advocate out of that person. So that person's coaching them and your team on how to win. And so what I call them, they're a little bit reactive and a little bit proactive. They're everyone's buddy because they're getting really close to people one-on-one. Their view is a little farther out than just the networker who's totally reactive. They are seeing 12 to 24 months out. It's all because of relationships giving them information. And they play checkers is the way I say it. I characterize them as playing checkers. They're looking, 1 to 2 moves ahead. So then if we move further over, the strategist. The strategist is also doing all these things that the networker does, is doing these things that the relationship builder does, but is taking it to another level. They're able to take the client data mining and convert it to actual win messaging. They're able to coach up your entire team on how to win. They basically become the CEO of the win, the project manager of the pursuit. And so even the CEO or the president of the company will take direction from the strategist as it relates to how to win because they are an expert at it. They're the watchdog of trends. They can see if one sector is starting to wane and another is starting to go up, and they see it way out ahead, and they're able to pivot their companies. They are very good at opportunity and threat assessment. I can give you some examples if you want to call me about how that works. But they're totally proactive. They're thought of or characterized as a thought leader and even feared. Competitors fear them because if you're going up against he or she who is a strategist, you're in for a dogfight. And they think even beyond 24 months. So they're playing chess. They're thinking 4 or 5 moves ahead. So everybody wants a strategist. They're rare. But you can develop people that have the right characteristics and attributes with the right training and teaching them the right skills and techniques. You can develop the networker to a relationship builder, the relationship builder to a strategist. That's the big dog. Now, let me tell you one more thing. You can make a career out of being right here at the relationship builder level. You probably have to have someone else in the organization helping you with win messaging, helping coach teams, being this watchdog of trends. But you can make a good living being right here. However, if you're here, I promise you, you're not going to make a good living. You're going to be the business developer that jumps from one opportunity to the next every 1 to 2 years because it doesn't seem to work out anywhere you are. And so you cannot live here. You can live here if you're at a high level over here. But where you want to get to is here. And companies, this is what you want. This is the big dog. So if you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear them. I'm Hal Ruth with Equalizer 9, and this was your tip of the week. Come here. Come here, you knucklehead. Come here. Sit. Sit. That's a good girl. And if you're a 2-year-old Newfoundland, that basically means that you've had 700 straight bad hair days. I know, girl. I know. But what we're talking about today, the subject is... Yes, she sounds like Chewbacca. That's exactly what she sounds like, Chewbacca. But we're going to talk about, yes, I know. But the reason she's with me today, we're going to talk about big dog business developers. She just walked away by a bell, and she just hit the camera on the way by too. So who knows if I'm in the shot or not. And so we're going to talk about what they do. Yes, Beth, she agrees. We're going to talk about what they do and the attributes and characteristics of them. So I'll be right back.